Good afternoon. My name is BillFeaver, and I want to make this video about how compound interest can create passive income exponentially. I'm retired. I was a farmer, a businessman, and I taught school in a juvenile hall. Um, I really loved that job. I've been doing some affiliate marketing for the last few years since I retired to keep busy. And to begin with, I'd like to share a couple of links with you. They're shown right there on the video or the page. My williamfeaver.com is my links page, and I have a business opportunity at williamfeaver.com/AIO, and there's other business opportunities there. If you're interested in marketing online and you want to check out my links, I'd be interested in helping you to develop a business. If you have a business right now, those products will also add value to what you're already doing. And at the end of this video, I have a little gift of something for you. So let's hope you are here at the end. Definition: the power of compound interest refers to the process where interest is added to the principal of an investment, and then in future periods, interest is earned on the new total. So it keeps growing like a little hill and then becomes a mountain. The original principal plus the added interest. This can lead to exponential growth of the investment over time. And in some cases, when the interest rate is certain levels, it can double the value of your investment every 7 years, every 7 to 10 years. So over 40 years, that's doubled 4 or 5 times. Key points to understand: the most common interest is compounded, the more interest will be earned. In other words, if it's done monthly or if it's done even weekly, it's even better than annually. But most investments are done annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly. The length of the time of the money's invested plays a crucial role. In other words, when you invest money for your retirement, you want to put it in there and make sure that it's growing, but don't pull it out. And the higher the interest rate, the more the returns. I'm going to demonstrate that with a couple of examples later. And the principal is the initial amount of money invested or borrowed. A larger principal amount will lead to more interest being earned. Okay? Let's look at some examples to demonstrate the power of compound interest. I did a bunch of different scenarios, and let's just take a look at them. We heard that if you invested $2,000 a year, starting at a young age, by the time you were ready to retire, you'd have $1 million. So we started putting $2,000 in investments for our daughter when she was 16. And if she retires at 65, just investing the $2,000 a year at 8% interest, she will have a yield of $1.145 million after the 49 years. Let's take another look at starting at 16 with no money invested. Both of those had no money invested, retiring at 65, investing the $2,000, but the interest rate is 10% instead of 8. The yield is $2,325,817 after the 49 years. So it's more than double. So that's interesting, just 2 percentage points. Let's take more realistic look at money. Let's say you started at 30. You had $50,000 originally invested in something, a retirement account or whatever. You're going to retire at 65, and you invest $3,600 a year at 8% interest. That will give you a yield of $1.4 million after 35 years. Now let's take the same example where you're starting at 30, you have $50,000, and you're retiring at 65, but you invest $12,000 a year at 8% interest. That will give you a yield of $2.97 million after 35 years. So you see the increase. That $12,000 is basically a 15% of an $80,000 income. So you should look to invest about 15% of your income in long-term retirement accounts if you can. And the sooner you can start, the better. Then let's look again at starting at 30 with the $50,000 originally invested. Again, retiring at 65. You're investing $12,000, but the yield went from 8% to 10% interest. Then you have a yield of $4,982,643 after 35 years. Big increase, $2 million increase. Better. Then let's look at starting at 30 with $50,000 invested, retiring at 55, investing $15,000. That's $100,000, 15% of a $100,000 salary, and you're looking at 10% interest. That will give you a yield of $2,164,461 after 25 years. Now, if you're starting at 30 with the $50,000 originally invested, and you're retiring at 65, you're investing the $15,000 at 10% interest. You'll have a yield of $5,877,023 after 35 years. So you see how the interest rate affects it, the length of time affects it, and the amount that you invest in principal affects it. So those are some examples to look at and to think about. There's calculators online where you can go and play games with your own needs too. Okay, in summary, invest 15% of your income per year. Do not touch or remove this money. Keep it invested. Apply a mix of investment types to spread risk. I'm planning to make a video to address this in the future. If you can invest more than 15% of your income, you will see a more dramatic increase in the investment. Another factor to involve is whether it's a Roth IRA or a regular IRA, because it involves before tax or after tax, and then also if the taxes are taken out or you don't have any tax taken out when you draw that money. And so those are things that you should want to look at. And also 15% of that is of your money, but if you some companies will have programs where the company actually helps by contributing a matching sum up to a certain amount. So that's another factor to consider. The impact of compound interest. Exponential growth. Compound interest leads to exponential growth because you can earn interest on the interest, which increases the value of the investments over time. Financial planning. Understanding and leveraging compound interest can aid in long-term planning, such as retirement savings or educational funds. And in summary, the power of compound interest lies in its ability to grow investments significantly over time, turning small, consistent investments into substantial sums due to this growth factor. Now, I said if you stayed to the end, I wanted to share something with you. I have 7 videos that have been created to help you set up a traffic system that will bring leads to your business if you have an online business that's very lucrative. The videos are free. The opportunities will cost you a little bit to set up, but the return truly offsets the cost, and the system is set up to bring in income to assist you as you build the business. It's right here at williamfeaver.com/TRK. I also would like it if you would please follow me on this channel and send me any comments you have. Thank you and goodbye. Have a great day.